When it comes to Kendrick Lamar, what we just witnessed might be one of the biggest power shifts in hip-hop history. A moment so explosive, so revealing, that it's not just changing how music is made, it's changing who controls the narrative. If you care about real music, real bars, and real power moves, stop what you're doing, hit that like button and subscribe, because this is bigger than beef. This is war. Right now, the entire industry is buzzing because of one leak. Pusha T just exposed UMG, Def Jam, and Drake for straight-up shelving an entire album, just to block a Kendrick Lamar verse. Think about that. One verse had enough weight to threaten the system. And instead of letting the fans hear it, they tried to bury it. But the truth? It's louder than their silence. This isn't just some petty label drama. What we're seeing is the biggest music label in the world going out of its way to protect Drake's ego at the expense of real art. They pulled the plug on a full project. Not because of quality, not because of timing, but because Kendrick said too much, and Drake couldn't handle it. So now we're staring at a bigger issue. The industry is censoring artists to protect their chosen favorites. Freedom of expression? Gone. And the person pulling all the strings behind the scenes has been pretending to be the victim this whole time. Push isn't letting that slide. Kendrick isn't backing down. And Jay-Z? He's stepping in like a general leading the charge. Roc Nation is now using its own platform to bypass the labels and make sure this Kendrick verse, and this entire record, sees the light of day. Let that sink in. Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and Pusha T are now locked in a public war against the industry. Not a label. The whole machine. This is about way more than rap. This is about power. About truth. About whether or not artists can say what they want. And now, the trio of Jay, Push, and Kendrick have drawn a line in the sand. UMG, Def Jam, and Drake tried to keep this track buried, filing paperwork, blocking releases, pulling strings. But what they didn't count on? Roc Nation going rogue. Jay-Z isn't playing politics, he's making a statement. He's using his platform to fight the very machine that once tried to control him. Meanwhile, Drake, who's been parading around as the underdog, is the one actually playing industry games. It's now clear. He's the one pulling strings behind the scenes. He's the one who pushed to keep Kendrick silenced. And now, the same label that's silencing music for him is the one he wants you to think he's fighting against. Let's be honest. Drake is creating chaos behind the curtain and then acting like he's the one being attacked. But Jay is the one actually standing up to the system. And there's poetic justice here. The same Jay-Z who once ran Def Jam, who gave it its last real golden era, is now the one tearing down its legacy. By backing this album, he's exposing Def Jam and UMG for exactly what they've become. Obsolete gatekeepers afraid of real bars and real heat. Kendrick didn't hold back on that verse. Not one bar. Push didn't fold under label pressure. He left the label to get his message out. These aren't just two rappers on a track. They're leaders in a movement. They're showing every artist that your vision is worth fighting for. What's happening here is about way more than one song. Drake and the labels are trying to sanitize hip-hop, make it clean, controlled, predictable. But Kendrick and Push? They're fighting for raw authenticity. They're reminding the world what hip-hop really is, unfiltered truth. So if you care about the future of hip-hop, if you care about freedom of speech, creative control, and the legacy of this genre, you need to understand just how important this moment is. Because what Kendrick, Push, and Jay-Z are doing right now, it's not just legendary. It's necessary. Leave a like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment if you think the industry just got put on notice, because this record might go down as the day hip-hop fought back.